私のミスでした。私の選択。そしてそれによって招かれたこの全ての状況。結局この結果にたどり着いて初めてあなたの方が正しかったことを悟るだなんて。
Hello everyone, welcome to the Altair channel. In this video, I will be discussing the entire storyline of Blue Archive. Even though the story of Blue Archive is not yet finished, and hopefully it will continue to grow, I will be covering the story volume by volume, in the order it appears in the game. But first, I will share the overall timeline. First, we will discuss the prologue, where Sensei meets Arona and comes to Kivotos to help the students solve various problems. Next, Volume 1, Chapters 1 and 2, which center on Abydos School. Abydos has suffered a disaster and is burdened with heavy debt. We will be helping the Foreclosure Task Force, one of the subdivisions of the Countermeasures Committee, also known as the Acting Student Council, in their efforts to repay those debts. Volume 2, Chapters 1 and 2 focus on Millennium School. Here, we are called to help the Game Development Department create a game so that their club is not disbanded. Volume 3, Chapters 1-4 focus on Trinity School and the Eden Treaty with Gehenna Academy, while also including conflict with Area School. This is one of my favorite volumes, alongside the final chapter. Volume 4, Chapter 1 centers on SRT Academy, especially the Rabbit Squad, who oppose the closure of their school. Then comes the final chapter, which reveals the truth behind Kivotos and your role as sensei. This chapter uncovers many secrets, including the reason why the president of the GSC disappeared. After the final chapter, the story continues with other schools, but we'll save that for another time, probably after I finish covering the final chapter first. Now, let's begin with Prologue of Blue Archive. At the beginning of the game, we are given this quote: "We thirst for the 7 wailings. We bear the koan of Jericho." It turns out, this is the password for a mysterious device called the Shittim Chest. After entering the password, we are greeted with, "Welcome to the Shittim Chest, Sensei." Moments later, Sensei hears the voice of a woman sitting in a train. She appears to be gravely wounded, her body covered in blood dripping down to her feet. This woman begins speaking about the mistakes she has made in her decisions and the consequences that have followed. She says that Sensei has always been right, and she asks Sensei for help even though Sensei himself does not yet know anything. She then says that we will forget everything she is telling us, but she still believes that our choices and decisions will be the key to freeing them from their twisted and distorted fate and leading them into a new reality. Finally, she calls our name.
ですから、先生。私が信じられる大人であるあなたになら、このねじれて歪んだ先の終着点とはまた別の結果を、そこへつながる選択肢はきっと見つかるはずです。だから先生、どうか。
先生、起きてください。先生。
It turns out that the whole time we were asleep and awakened by someone calling our name. The woman is Nagami Rin, the vice president of the General Student Council of Kivotos, the Academy City. It is revealed that we are a sensei summoned to Kivotos, though Rin herself does not fully understand why sensei was brought there. She apologizes and asks us to follow her, as there is an urgent matter that requires the help of Sensei, the one who may determine the fate of the Academy City. Rin then shows us a view of Kivotos, and explains that it is a massive city, home to thousands of academies, though so far, only 14 schools are known, haha. Here, we are told that our role as Sensei will begin. Rin explains that this place must be very different from our world of origin, something we still don't even know ourselves. But she hopes that we will be able to adapt because we were chosen by the president of the General Student Council herself. When we arrive at the reception hall, we encounter several students who are looking for the student council president. They approach Rin and Sensei, curious about who this new sensei is. The students are Hayase Yuuka from Millennium School, a member of the seminar, the school's student council. Hanakawa Hasumi from Trinity General School, a member of the Justice Realization Committee, the primary enforcer of security and discipline at Trinity. Hinomiya Chinatsu from Gehenna Academy, a member of the Disciplinary Committee. Morizuki Suzumi from Trinity General School, a member of the Trinity Vigilante Crew. The reason these four are searching for the GSC president is to accuse her of being responsible for the chaos happening across the city, such as Millennium's wind generator being shut down, escaped prisoners, rising numbers of delinquents attacking students, and the illegal distribution of tanks, helicopters, and weapons. Rin then informs them that the GSC president is currently missing. As the vice president, Rin has no real authority, since the highest administration of Kivotos, the Sanctum Tower, is missing its overseer. The Sanctum Tower is a mysterious tower looming over the heart of Kivotos. No one knows when, how, or why it was built. Rumors say the General Student Council has information about it. The tower grants the GSC the authority to govern and maintain Kivotos. This authority was previously held solely by the president before her disappearance. Rin explains that they have been at a dead end trying to resolve these problems, but they now have a solution: Sensei. Both Sensei and the students are confused until Rin explains that Sensei is the one chosen by the GSC president. Sensei then greets the four students warmly. Rin further explains that Sensei is the advisor of a council founded by the GSC president, Schale. Schale is autonomous and holds authority greater than any single academy. It acts as a problem solver for the various issues faced by academies, students, and administrations. Rin tells us that Schale is located 30 kilometers away and asks GSC member Yuragi Momoka to prepare a helicopter. But Momoka brings bad news. There is chaos happening around the Schale district, caused by a suspended student who escaped and stirred up trouble. After explaining, Momoka excuses herself because her food delivery has arrived. Rin gets annoyed but then asks the four students to escort Sensei to Schale and resolve the disturbance. When we arrive, we find the situation truly chaotic. The students prepare to fight, but tell Sensei not to join the battle since we are not from Kivotos. However, Sensei insists on taking command. The students follow his orders, and with efficient instructions, they quickly defeat the delinquents. The students immediately acknowledge Sensei's abilities. After the battle, we head towards Schale's building. Rin informs us that the culprit behind the trouble is Kosaka Wakamo, a wanted fugitive from Hyakyako Academy. She warns us to be careful, as Wakamo is very dangerous. The perspective shifts to Wakamo, who wonders why the GSC is meddling here. She suspects that something important belonging to the GSC is hidden inside Schale. Back to Sensei's perspective. After reclaiming the area, we enter Schale. Meanwhile, Wakamo fails to find anything useful inside. When she encounters Sensei, he greets her with a smile, which flusters Wakamo. She hurriedly asks to leave and runs away. Rin then enters the room, searching for an object that looks like a tablet, which she hands to Sensei. She explains that this was left behind by the GSC president, specifically for us. Its name is the Shittim Chest, a name that feels familiar to Sensei. Rin explains that this is no ordinary tablet. Its origins remain a mystery, its construction, operating system, and components are all unknown. The GSC president entrusted it to Sensei, believing he could control the Sanctum Tower with it. Rin then leaves to avoid disturbing Sensei as he tests the device. Sensei activates the Shittim Chest, and a prompt requests a password. He recalls the phrase from his earlier dream: "We thirst for the 7 whalings. We bear the koan of Jericho." The password succeeds, and we enter the Shittim Chest system. The OS introduces itself as Arona. We find ourselves in a strange classroom, where a small girl is asleep at her desk. We poke her cheek until she wakes up.
にゃまだですよ。しっかり噛まないと。はーい。でも。にゃもう。ありゃありゃありゃりゃえあれあれれ先生
Startled, and calls us Sensei, confirming our identity. Panicked, she introduces herself as Arona, the system OS of the Shittim Chest. She tells us to think of her as our loyal secretary. Arona says she has been waiting a long time to meet Sensei. She asks for biometric authentication, asking us to touch her fingertip with ours. She fumbles the process, causing Sensei to question her. She insists she did it her way, then sulks and says Sensei should replace her with a high-tech AI. Sensei reassures her that he was only joking and cheers her up again. We explain the situation and ask about the GSC president. Arona says she has extensive data on Kivotos, but very little on the president. Still, she can assist with the Sanctum Tower issue. After some time, administrative access to the Sanctum Tower is granted, and Sensei can now control it. Sensei decides to return control to the GSC. Rin confirms this and thanks us. Rin then brings us to Schale's main lobby. From now on, this will be Sensei's office. Rin explains that while Schale has authority, it currently has no specific goals. We are free to enter any academy district and recruit students into Schale. She explains that the GSC has been overwhelmed with problems missing leadership, material shortages, requests for aid, and countless other issues. She hopes Schale will help ease their burden, and she leaves some documents on Sensei's desk. Afterward, Sensei bids farewell to the students who helped him, receiving invitations to visit their schools. Sensei then meets Arona again and praises her. Arona encourages Sensei, saying he will now be relied upon to resolve the many problems of Kivotos.
それではキボトスをシャーレをよろしくお願いします先生。それではこれより連邦捜査部シャーレとして最初の公式任務を始めましょう。
And that marks the end of the prologue of Blue Archive. Next, I will cover Volume 1, either based on the anime or the game itself. Perhaps I'll make a poll again. This is my first time creating a discussion or script like this, so I hope you senseis enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.